This is Zen Garcia from Endeavor Freedom TV, and I am with Kristina Shephard, one of the hosts also for Endeavor Freedom TV, and we are going to discuss the Extremity games and how that whole experience was for us, because we have just returned from Orlando, and I have to say that that was an amazing experience and definitely want to make that an annual event. So Kristina, can you tell us about how you got involved with Endeavor Freedom TV and why you chose to get involved with us?
I had worked for Disability Resource Center in Gainesville, and we were inviting different guest speakers to come and talk to us about things that they were doing that could empower or improve the lives of people with disabilities. And Dominic Octaviano came and spoke with us at my work and told us a little bit about some scuba diving stuff that he'd been doing. I was really interested and really excited about it, and he's a mutual acquaintance of Zen and told Zen about me, and me and Zen got hooked up on the phone and talked a little bit about my past and being Miss Wheelchair California, and that I'd had some experience in this kind of thing, and that I was also currently pursuing a degree in mass communications. So we thought it would work really well together, and just the whole mission of Endeavor Freedom seemed something exactly what I wanted to do, empowering people and showing what we can do, not what we can't.
Absolutely. Can you tell us a little bit about your background in media work and also in public relations work?
My concentration is in public relations at Grinnell University. The overall degree is mass communications, so I'm doing a little bit of both. In public relations, I've had some experience with writing up press releases, contacting the various media in Gainesville and Hall County, and promoting events that Grinnell University was putting on, helping get all the people involved, just kind of setting all the things up, and pretty much around event planning. Also, with the broadcast side of it, that's just a passion for me, and I really, really enjoy it. I host a weekly radio show on Grinnell University's Eclectic 89.1 WBCX, and it's every Saturday, and it is called The Soul Track with me, your hostess Hot Wheels, and I really enjoy that, just playing music and talking to the audience, and it's a live show. And then I've had some experience when I was Miss Wheelchair California with radio stations and television stations there, but not as the hostess, but on the other side of the camera. So,
do you think your experience being Miss Wheelchair California and being interviewed by other people that are hosting shows made you feel more comfortable in making the transition into hosting shows yourself?
Absolutely. Like I said, there are several radio stations that I did interviews with. One of them, I actually went there and hosted the morning show with a hip-hop station in Sacramento. That I just love them so much. They really, really gave me an opportunity to promote Miss Wheelchair California and the organization. I was also interviewed by various television stations locally around the Sacramento area when I would attend events and go to different things that were going on. So I really think it helped me be very comfortable in front of the camera, and just talking about my passions and what I feel and what goals are in store.
Having just returned from Orlando, where we just experienced and witnessed the Extremity games, can you tell us how that impacted on your life?
It was amazing. It was like I've talked about, Miss Wheelchair California was a very special year for me, and I got to go to so many amazing events and go to hospitals and work with children, and so much inspiration. But I have to say that this Extremity Games was one of the more inspirational experiences of my life. It was excellent. Not only watching the athletes, watching them compete, seeing their passion for their sports, but talking with Eric Robinson, the co-founder of the Extremity Games and the president of College Park. He was so passionate about it, and you could tell that his whole heart and soul was into it, and he was so proud of the success that was happening, the history being made, and being able to witness the wounded warriors coming in, that was, my heart just filled with honor when I was able to be around them and watch them come home and have an opportunity to participate, when knowing they got injured, helping our country, and in a small way, in a huge way, saving our world.
Absolutely. Can you tell us about the individuals that you met at the Extremity Games and how certain ones impacted your life?
The first one that comes to mind is Mr. Dana Bowman, and he was a Sergeant First Class in the United States Army. 13 years ago, he and his partner were doing a routine jump at an air show, and something that they'd done so many times, and something went wrong and they collided, and his partner died on impact, and he had his legs severed from the knees down. We had the opportunity to interview him, and one thing that amazed me is that after his injury he was able to re-enlist in the Army. So that's huge for them to accept somebody back with a disability. Now he spends a lot of his time touring around, giving inspirational speeches to, he said, everything from elementary schools to huge political events. And as a matter of fact, he told us this year that he's going to be jumping at the Steelers game on Veterans Day. So just being in his presence and feeling the energy and the power that he possesses, it was amazing. And hearing him share his stories and knowing that he is using his disability, and his motto is, it's not the disability, it's the ability, and he is the poster boy for that. So that was amazing, just being able to be close to him, talk to him, and hear about his life. That was amazing.
For those of you that were not at the Extremity Games, Dana Bowman was the Golden Knight that jumped out of the airplane for the opening ceremonies, and he trailed behind him a huge American flag, which just lit up a spark of honor and a feel-good feeling among the crowd, and just honor for our country and for our soldiers and for those that are fighting for our freedoms and fighting to maintain peace in this country and the world. And we just give tribute to them and give thanks to them, and want to do everything that we can to honor the vets and to explore and to give them a voice to speak out about their concerns and their wishes and their desires for change, and not just the disability community, but with policies in the United States and across the world. So tell us also about your experience with the athletes and actually witnessing, watching them compete in the events, and what that felt like.
That was, like I said, the inspiration was out of this world. It was huge. Watching them compete in the various sports, when you watch somebody with no apparent physical disability compete in these sports, it's amazing. But watching these people with, no arms, no legs, some kind of limb impairment, compete in these extreme sports with no limits, doing amazing things, was just, it touched me so deep. One of the individuals that we interviewed was Evan Strong from California, and he was actually traveling with Adaptive Action Sports. And it was just great to sit down and talk to him and hear how the transition, he skated before his injury and had to relearn the sport afterwards, and it was really interesting and really motivating to hear about that transition and what he had to do to learn his favorite sport all over again. And he actually says that he competes in more sports now than he did before his injury. So again, what an inspiration.
Absolutely.